Hey guys, so I am finally going to be finishing this little beauty right here. I had actually started this about, I want to say actually about 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. And this was originally a school assignment, one of like my artworks I did for uni. And it's basically about like my struggles with like chronic pain and how like I had to learn how to manage it. And one of the very ironic things is that because of my chronic pain, this actually went unfinished for a really long time. I had, when this project originally came to be, I had about like 2 weeks, I think, to get it done. Unfortunately, at that time, I was um, juggling other, like, three other studio art classes. So it was a bit hectic, especially because I decided to take on something that was maybe a little bit too ambitious for the amount of time I had. Um, I was very lucky that my professor was very understanding, and she basically told me get as much done as you can, and then if it's unfinished, it's unfinished. Luckily, though, even unfinished, it was still very positive reception from like my professor and like my other um, peers in my class. So one thing that bothered me extremely is I thought that I had pretty much finished all the line work, and that was like the main importance to me. I was like, okay, I might not get all the shading done, but I was like, let me just finish all the line work. What I did not realize until the day of the critique, and it was brought up by somebody else, I think it actually might have been my professor, is that this hand right here is not inked. So that was very annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna be finishing this, and I'm really excited. Obviously, chronic pain is such a struggle, and I'm still dealing with it now. I actually have my knee brace on right now. But I really want to get this piece done. For a few different reasons of just like getting it done, but also what it means to me to have it finished. And um, I'm giving myself a time limit. It might be a little bit ambitious, but it is the 29th, I think, of July. I want to get it done by the 31st. So it's not that much that needs to be finished. It's the hand and mainly the shading in the background. Like as you can see, like I started here, and there is very light shading, but it is light. So yeah, and if I get it done by then, which hopefully I will be submitting it to a couple of shows that I found out about, which is really exciting. And even if I don't get into the shows, just knowing that I tried is just great. Like knowing that I put myself out there, and I think that's one of the like scarier parts of being an artist is just like having to put your work out there and seeing what other people have to say, because at the end of the day it's not just about how you feel about your art, it's also about how other people react to it and whether or not they like it as well. So yeah, I'm gonna be finishing up this up today, tomorrow, and I figured I'd take you guys along the ride with me. One of the things that I started talking about this new year, even though we're in July, is knowing that like you can keep going. Don't be afraid to like restart, or I think it's very common to be like frustrated with yourself, whether it's like maybe the work's not coming out how you wanted, or maybe it's just taking a little bit longer than expected. And one of the things I've had to learn, like with my art, but also just like with my chronic pain, is like being gentle with myself and realizing, okay, you may not get this done now, but you can get it done eventually. Um, or it may not be perfect now, but it can be. So yeah, I think it's really exciting, and I think it's one of the biggest lessons I've learned as an artist. So yeah, enough with my rambling, and let's get to it. So it's been quite a few hours since I started, and I think I might be done, which is a lot faster than I expected. Um, as you can see, the hand is inked, and the background I've done a bit more shading. Also made the lines here. I did a little bit more line work with an ink pen with a micron because I realized that the line I originally drew with an ink pen was not straight, and it was throwing me off. And because it's ink and I obviously can't erase that, I decided to do some more lines to sort of even it out and kind of mimic the sort of line style that I have like on the wood framing of the door and then like on the shadows. It is like very subtle shading. I didn't do a ton more than how it was before, but I kind of like that. I feel like if I would make it either a little bit darker or add some more things in the background, like especially here in this sort of like empty corner, I feel like I would run the risk of this, like the background distracting from this, which I wouldn't want. And I kind of like the emptiness as well because, you know, this isn't supposed to be like a realistic interpretation. Like there aren't actually six of me, you know, walking around. This is sort of supposed to represent like my mental landscape. So I kind of like having that emptiness, especially, I mean, it is kind of limited, but with this emptiness right here and kind of how it like continues to one another. I also had a bit more shading up in this corner just to sort of try and emphasize the lighting situation because ideally the light would be coming, like this is the light source here, the window. And I did also add in some highlights with a white Posca pen, acrylic marker, sorry. So there are just some light highlights, especially like on the glasses. I don't know, I felt like that kind of helped pull it together because I had done some white highlights originally here, and then on the shirt and shorts here. But I didn't really add it anywhere else. So it felt kind of out of place. So I think adding it onto the glasses and then like on the hands here, I think that really helps sort of like pull it together a little bit more. Um, but yeah, I think I'm happy with it right there. That's always a hard part of being an artist, and then like you just kind of have to work on your own assumptions, and I think that's one of the aspects that I really liked about going to school for art is that we could have group critiques, and I know a lot of people don't like critiques, I know. But actually, that is one of the aspects that I really enjoyed about school is that I could get other people's opinions, get my professor's opinions. I'm really happy with this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go outside while there's still sunlight and I'm gonna take some pictures and I'll be submitting this to one or two or maybe three different shows. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll put them in here somewhere. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Um, as of now, I have 17 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. The fact that anybody is following me or is subscribed to my channel is legitimately insane. But I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you that leaves a comment, that likes, or subscribes to my channel. I don't know, like this is a whole tangent. So like if you want to say in the video, like you guys can go. Bye. But I just want to say thank you because like even though yes, like 17 is like a low number in the grand scheme of things, especially like when there's like YouTubers and like other content creators that have like a million followers, thousands of followers. But like this is gonna sound so dumb, but I think of Van Gogh and I think about how he went throughout his whole life. Like, people didn't appreciate his art because he was doing something new and it wasn't really seen as art, and it was the whole thing. But he went without being appreciated. And I think I am so honored and so privileged that I get to be appreciated, whether it's by somebody leaving a like or somebody leaving a comment, um, or somebody following me. I think it's a privilege to be sort of appreciated for my work, even if it is like at a smaller scale. So, yeah, thank you guys.